Up for the next game here. Pop it back over to our pre-release info until they get everything set up. If for anybody new watching the stream, definitely be sure to post what your favorite cards are that you're looking forward to seeing coming out with the set. If the whatever color you're looking at picking. I mean, we've been asking a bunch of questions. If you just definitely talk with your community. If there's anything interesting that you're excited for Origins, we'd love to hear about it. Or for anything that you're just excited about in Magic in general. Any upcoming news, any events you're looking to go into. I mean, it's definitely all worth mentioning. Anywhere you'd like to see some coverage for. Welcome back.
We have a couple awesome people on camera. First time, I think, definitely one of them has been on.
Who's that?
You know who that is.
Who is that?
That is our good friend on the right, Thomas Allenbrook.
Oh, baby.
And Michael Stewart on the left.
Two really awesome guys here.
Michael is one of the veterans of Magic the Gathering. He has been playing for a pretty long time. Thomas has two. Let's see if I can spell his name right. I think I did it first try. How about that? So, we're going to see this awesome Battle of the Titans. Michael's on the left playing Jund, and Thomas, I believe, is playing Esper, man. He is just
Oh, it's going to be a good one.
ready for it.
Good one, man. Let me see the...
Yes.
Oh, I got some people. What am I excited for from Origins? I am excited for Archangel of Tides. I think that card is fantastic. I'm going to be playing a lot of it in my commander list. As well as the new Gideon. I mean, I just love the new Gideon. I think he's going to be awesome. Yeah.
See, Michael's going to roll a 7.
Pretty excited to not draft dragons
2 and
anymore.
8. Who said that?
Yeah, drafting dragons every oh my god, just too much dragons.
We didn't actually draft dragons too much. I think it was like twice. People never showed up for those. So we never really did that. When Modern Masters hit, we drafted that a ton.
Oh, it was
That
awesome,
is
though.
such a fun draft. We still draft it every Friday and Wednesdays. If you just come down to Hometown Hobbies, you'll be able to play. It's $35 to enter in the Modern Master drafts.
Actually,
Pack
isn't
prize
that bad.
is still Modern Masters.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome. That's pretty cheap. That's fantastic.
we're going to look at their hands, and Thomas is on the play.
What's
Thomas
everybody-
chooses first, and he's going to ship his back.
What's Michael Stewart playing again?
Jund.
Ooh.
With Beta Lightning Bolts, notice.
I bet he's got the old Tarmogoyfs too.
He only has
Oh.
one new one. He plays with the originals of everything that he can. He still has betas, lands. He does have a couple unlimited dual lands, but he is 40 for 40 on old duels, which is basically like an Xbox Live achievement unlocked. Like
Michael Stewart's
100
about-
gold, you got a lot of money.
Michael Stewart's about as OG as it gets with Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see a couple of his altered swamps from beta, which actually look pretty sharp. There's like dragons in the trees in the swamp. And Thomas is playing Monastery Mentor in Modern, which is going to be sweet. It's going to lead with Watery
I've
Grave
been waiting
Pass.
for that card to see play Modern, as well as the one-drop enchantment from
Myth Realized?
Myth Realized. I think that card has so much potential that it just hasn't been used yet.
Verdant Catacomb going to come down for Mike, and he's at least going to take 1. Might take 3, but it looks like he's going to stop and get a swamp. Take a quick look through. You can see that almost all of his cards are black bordered. And there it is, the Dragon Altered Swamp, I believe, which is pretty cool looking.
It's pretty suave. Coming out from Michael Stewart.
All right, and
So
he
Thomas
is
is
going
on the
to
play.
probably play a Thoughtseize ability.
Yeah.
Inquisition comes down. Looks like you got Telling Time, a Path, a Lingering Souls, a Swamp, and a Mentor in his hand. And based on the few cards I saw from Michael, I think he might take the Path to Exile. I think it's either between Path or Telling Time, as I know he has removal for the Monastery Mentor. So because of that, I think it's okay to take the Path here. That way he can resolve his Tarmogoyf, which will be a 3/4 upon resolution, and sure enough, he took the Path. So that one gets discarded for Thomas, who also, you'll notice, he puts his cards upside down in the graveyard. He's done that always.
What is that?
That's Path to Exile. It's a different art.
Oh, fancy.
Swamp comes down. Actually, is that the same swamp he had? Yes, I guess it is. Did he not draw for turn? I actually don't think Thomas drew for turn.
He doesn't need it.
He has 3 cards in hand, right? If he has 3 cards, he didn't draw. Tarmogoyf's going to come down, and he has the awesome... Oh, no, yes, he has 2 Lingering Souls. He drew. He just drew a bad card. Telling Time's going to come down in a turn to the 3/4 Tarmogoyf. He's going to look at the top of his deck. He's going to probably put that land on the top. Or in his hand, actually.
Telling Time to keep him
Probe
off
on the
of
bottom
white.
and the other blue card on top. I couldn't see what the other blue card was. Probably a counterspell of some sort. Flooded Strand's definitely going to come down for Thomas. He gets white for him. And you might just cast Lingering Souls. So he's going to take 1 at least. And it's just a Plains. So it's an old school Plains, but that is like an Urza's Saga or Tempest style Plains. Maybe Mercadian Masks. So he's 19 all, and we're going to have a Tarmogoyf against more than likely a double Soul, Spirit, whatever, Lingering Souls. Oh, baby.
Baby, that's a triple.
That was excitement.
Shout out to Rare Drops.
3. We're going to see a Lingering Souls come down to make 2 1/1 Spirits. And hopefully I have those tokens in that box. I think there's a pseudo... Yeah, I do. There's a token box. No, those are just his. There is a token box at the table for players to use, but I guess I did not provide them. He's going to attack with Tarmogoyf, and Thomas might just eat the 3. It's not too much. Yeah, he's going to chump block.
I feel like you just chump block. It's not that bad.
And you got to hit with a little jujitsu every now and then. You got a Scavenging Ooze, and he's going to exile the Lingering Souls before Thomas can flash it back. Thomas untaps. Joe, is that a Gurmag? Disfigure. Disfigure for Scavenging Ooze. He has the answers. And looks like Goyf goes up to a 4/5 with the creature entering the graveyard. We have land, instant, sorcery, creature. Nothing else so far. Thomas is a little weary to playing out the Monastery Mentor. He obviously doesn't want to get eaten by an Abrupt Decay, and I think he drew an Anticipate, so... Shockland's going to come down for Michael and put him down to 17 big ones. And he's going to Lightning Bolt the Spirit. Get in there with Tarmogoyf for 4. Thomas is not going to have a block for that. Go down to 15 life. And a second Tarmogoyf's going to come down, leaving a black up for Michael, which I'm not sure what he left, or why he shocked himself. Oh, he didn't have red. Now I see. Now I see. Okay. So Anticipate's going to come down for Thomas at the end of turn. He's going to reveal 2 blue cards and a Monastery Mentor, and he's going to take... I'll be able to tell you in a second. He did some... Looks like it's the second Mentor.
He took 2 off of it?
No, just one. Then you drew a card.
Just did it really weird.
So he's gonna just play. Or he took a blue
Flashback.
card. He took a blue card off of the Anticipate.
Mm.
It was another Anticipate, it looks like. Then he plays Lingering Souls out of his hand and passes. Michael's going to play a Verdant and terminate a token. And he's going to swing in with both. He's going to chump one of them. He's going to take 4 down to 11. They haven't updated life totals on your screen on the score pad, but pay attention to my life totals as they are correct. They are keeping them by paper, and Thomas has not been on stream before. He doesn't know to flip his numbers. That's okay.
Yeah, it was close. 40 to 50 for the PPTQ.
That's what we're hoping. It's going to be a blast. That is next week. It's so crazy. That's only a week away. You don't even understand how many things we're going to be giving away for that. We have packs of Nemesis that we're giving away for that. Innistrad, Ravnica, Scars, all kinds of goodies. These are just the giveaways, let alone the prizes that we're going to boost the prizes, the minimum that Star City gives us, just to ensure that we have the absolute best prizes. Maybe it's probably arguable with in the country. Like, I know it's definitely the best in this area. I've never played anywhere else that's offered better prizes. And I've traveled the country quite a bit for, like, Grand Prix and Opens and everything. So, we're hoping that next week is going to be pretty huge. Thomas is going to pass it back to Michael, who's going to untap his things and draw for turn, and this should be close to game, especially if he has a lightning bolt, which he does. Puts him down to exactly 0, which they just didn't update the totals on that, but he was at 11, 4, 8, 3 from bolt makes 11. We're going to go to game 2, and Thomas will be on the play.
Well played to Michael Stewart.
Tom's going to look through his sideboard, and he's got some Devour Fleshes, some Core Firewalkers, probably some Dispels. Looks like a couple white border cards. Yeah, lights flickered a little bit. Hopefully the power doesn't go out. It's been storming here pretty bad in the area the past few weeks, really. Last week, the power just went, or 2 weeks ago when I got back from Florida, the power just went out for an entire night.
Oh.
And it interrupted the stream. I actually don't know if they finished it.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That was while you were in Florida?
I just got back, actually. Drove 12 hours. Actually, it was more like 13, 14 with the stops. Drove all that back in one day. Amber did. My friend Amber. She drove all that by herself. We got back. I eventually get here at like 5 or 6 and have to go home at like 8 because I was just beat. I stayed up since I woke up the previous day at 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. So I was pretty beat. Wasn't able to commentate that day. I think Matt and Carter gave you some color commentary that day. I wanted to, but I was way too tired, and I already say a lot of silly things. I can't even imagine the things I would have said that day.
After lack of 24 hours of sleep.
Yeah, it was pushing 36. It was like 3 or 4 hours shy of 36.
That's crazy.
The cards that Michael wants, if he plays Surgicals or any kind of extirpate type ability, he probably wants to bring those in. He's signing out Liliana's, which I find interesting. Maybe it's because he sees all the tokens, and he doesn't want to discard Lingering Souls to the graveyard.
Thought Seize at all, or is just Inquisition that much better in the format?
I think it plays 3 and 3 or 4 and 2.
So good.
Usually they do. Sometimes it's like 4 and 1 or 3 and 2, etc. But there's usually a mix of both, especially in the board. And he's signing out a Confidant, it looks like. Kolagon's command is, I guess it's still good enough just to be able to like shock a mentor and make them discard a card, but that's one that's arguably able to be cut in this. There's not like the awesome destroy artifact ability, at least that we've seen so far. Thomas might play like the Talisman of Dominance. He plays some off the wall cards.
It's Thomas, so you never know.
Yeah. I completely forgot to ask about the next giveaway. I forgot.
Better go do it.
Oh, well, after this game.
Get on it.
I think Thomas is going to visit me in the booth after this. Regardless of what happens. I sort of want Thomas to be in here.
Absolutely.
For those of you who are unaware, Thomas is not from America. He's from the Netherlands. So it's always a delight to talk to somebody that isn't from here and has an outside perspective of America, which is pretty